fight till the bitter end.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, developed by Warhorse Studios, is set in 1400 Europe in a land called Bohemia, now known as the Czech Republic. The game takes place right after the events of the first game, which sets Henry Hunt and a small group off to escort them to deliver a message to a high-ranking lord in order to calm escalating tensions in the region. But much like most things in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, nothing ever really goes according to plan.
Watch out, watch out, here we go. Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man.
Without spoiling any significant plot details, soon Henry and Hans find themselves intertwined deep in the political turmoil of the land and deeper than they ever could have imagined in the surrounding environments and political espionage.
Sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 takes a very unique and fresh take at open world RPGs. Players who have played earlier Bethesda games such as Skyrim may find some similarities, especially to how the leveling up system works, where players level up their individual skills through the use of these skills rather than simply farming XP to level up their overall level and then apply perks later. This allows players to play in the way they want to and master certain playstyles and gain perks for the skills that they want to level up. If you want to play as a thief and get rich, you can pick locks, pickpocket unknowing victims under the cloak of night in order to become a master thief. Or if diplomacy is more your style, you can level up your charisma and your speech to gain the upper hand in dialogue and get options unlocked that will grant you unique paths and even uncover mysteries that may have otherwise been inaccessible. Or perhaps you just want to become a master swordsman who handles their problems head on with a weapon always at the ready. The choice is yours. This leveling system allows you to immerse yourself into the life of Henry as you mold Henry into the type of person that you see fit with the skills and characteristics that you have built upon throughout your playthrough. To further add to the immersion, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 offers more realistic take on the open world RPGs with more emphasis on consequences and realistic combat than what you would typically get in the hack and slash environment that other RPGs do offer. Instead, you're given a much slower pace and much more tactical combat system where you can block, parry, and decide exactly where you want to strike depending on the enemy's guard, what their armor capabilities are, and where their defenses are. While this combat offers a breath of fresh air to the genre, it does mean that combat becomes a lot slower pace and more difficult than what you may be used to. Enemies will attack often as groups trying to overwhelm Henry rather than just attack one at a time, which you do often see in other games of the genre. This can make it a lot more difficult for the average player to grow accustomed to, and it may be a bit harder to get used to. This can be a bit of hit or miss depending if you enjoy the realism or an immersion that this offers, or favor more fast-paced and less realistic combat instead. Realism is a major focus in the game, with many aspects forcing you to authentically consider the consequences of your actions. For example, if you steal from a shopkeeper and later try to sell them their items back, they may recognize the stolen goods and call the city guard on you.
Was machst du da, du Schurke? You think I do not recognize my own things? You stole from me? You
Thief! Look out! Get over here! Or call the guards! That's quite enough! Ah!
Even the color of your outfit matters when you stealth, as darker clothes will allow you to remain hidden easier, and wear loud shiny knight armor will often give you away due to the noise it makes and obviously the less conspicuousy of the item. Sometimes you may steal things in a room when no one is looking, thinking you got away with a crime, only for an NPC to go into the room soon after you left, notice that there's some things were missing, and put two and two together and figure out that you were the last person to leave that room before the things were stolen and accuse you of stealing it. It's details like this that give Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 so much immersion and weight to your actions as you face the consequences of the various decisions that you make within the world. Speaking of consequences, the game will make use of a reputation system where your deeds within different towns and villages will be individually tracked based on how you get along with NPCs in the region. Help an NPC and your reputation will go up, but steal from or murder someone and your reputation may go down. Not only that, but even individual groups within these villages or towns will take note of your deeds, such as guards, shopkeepers, and others. This affects many things, such as how easily you can convince a guard to look the other way in a crime, or how traders will favor you upon trade deals and offer you perhaps even discounts if you try to haggle them and lower prices or increase prices if you sell to them. These consequences make playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 truly unique, with no other RPG to date that I have ever played offering such impactful responses to your actions by the NPCs and the characters around you. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 also offers some of the most breathtaking landscapes I have ever come across in an open world RPG. Environments look real and authentic to the time period in the setting, making you feel like you really are in 1400 Czech, aka Bohemia. What's even more impressive is the incredible draw distance the game offers, allowing you to see so much detail even far into the horizon. I was left in awe when I climbed the top of a tower in a castle to go look through the land out of its window, only to later make my way down the castle through its many corridors, staircases, and chambers, and eventually to set off on a journey. And upon looking back at the castle that I just came from, noticing the same tower which I was just standing on merely minutes ago, and thinking to myself, wow, a few minutes ago I was really just standing right up in that castle looking down upon this road. It's moments like this that make Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 special, as there are virtually no loading screens at all. Almost every room and door you come across you can open and get into. I don't think I've ever played an open world game with this level of expansiveness and freedom, which helps make you feel like you truly are a medieval knight, thief, or diplomat. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 also offers seemingly endless amounts of side quests and content for players to explore and discover. Most of these side quests are memorable and offer elaborate branching paths, splitting off into other side quests. It doesn't take very long for you to be overwhelmed by quests, but in a good way. Unlike many other games in the saturated open world RPG genre, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 doesn't simply give you quests just for the sake of giving you quests and drowning you out with endless fetch quests, but instead offering you opportunities to explore and create new relationship and experiences with the many characters and NPCs that inhabit 1400 Bohemia. However, not everything in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is perfect. I found the low points of my 100-hour plus playthrough so far, navigating through a few convoluted quests that just was unable to give me any kind of clear or logical direction or indication on how to progress. In addition, there have been a few quests that have outright completely halted my progress due to game-breaking bugs, forcing me to have to load earlier saves and losing an hour plus of progress. These issues don't happen all that much, but when they do happen, they are able to take you out of the enjoyment and immersion of the game from time to time, and lead to some rather frustrating experiences that you just want to speed past rather than take your time and enjoy the incredible world that Warhorse Studios has created. Whilst the game does try be realistic, and I understand that the game is attempting to not spoon feed you and allow you to naturally come across logical flows of how quests should be completed, some of these quests just don't feel that logical and just don't feel that clear on how to progress through them, and it can lead to some pacing issues within the story at times. Most of these issues are very fixable, and hopefully in time they will be dealt with a few patches, but it's a real shame to lose that feeling of immersion at times, as the pace sometimes gets broken down by some strangely designed quests. Performance-wise, the game, even on everything maxed out, was able to hold a stable and consistent frame rate between 80 and 100 FPS, with very rare frame drops below that. I myself am able to play on an RTX 4090 with a Ryzen 9950X, so it may not be the same for everyone, but so far my experience with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been near perfect. I have had very minor frame drops. I think the only times where frame drops have been an issue is in some of the larger combat sequences where there are many soldiers, many NPCs around, which sometimes my frame rate may have dropped into the 60s, but that is rather rare. In terms of the story, the game is centered around the political turmoil, and players who are familiar with the likes of Game of Thrones may feel at home, as you are often caught in the crossfire of political powers and various factions at play in the land of Bohemia, who are all plotting and scheming against each other, with Henry caught seemingly in the middle of it all. The game does also often present you with very long dialogue sequences where you find yourself caught in the middle of political crossfires of what is now known as the Czech Republic. Overall, I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is an incredibly unique game that rewards players who are willing to invest the time to immerse themselves into the world and its various factions, characters, and game mechanics. It definitely is much slower paced than games you may be used to in this category that are out today, but that makes Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 feel like a breath of fresh air. While not everything is perfect, I think if you can look past the game's minor pacing flaws and bugs, you can easily get lost for hundreds of hours in the world of Bohemia. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of the most in-depth and immersive RPGs I have played in a long time, and I cannot remember remember being so lost in a game since maybe The Witcher 3 or Skyrim before. So therefore, I'm going to give Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 an 8.5 out of 10. I would give it a 9 if it wasn't for the bugs and some minor pacing issues. And I think after a few patches come and War Studios is able to perhaps fix some of the issues, I could easily see it getting a 9 out of 10. And I would be very confident to give it a 9 out of 10. However, in the state that I have reviewed the game and in my 100-hour plus playthrough, I think I'm going to give Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 an 8.5 out of 10. A absolute beautifully crafted game with so much meaningful content to explore and so many NPCs and characters where you can interact with, engage, do quests for, and just get lost on a massive adventure of huge scales. I think players that are able to immerse themselves into the world and really sit down and take the time to get to know the mechanics and the aspects that are in this game will get so much enjoyment out of the 100+ hours that you are able to easily sink into this game as you explore the world of Bohemia. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and if you did, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section below how you are finding the game and what your impressions are if you have played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Until next time, take care and bye.